Well, hello to our beautiful audience. Welcome back to yet another episode of Point of View. Today, we're excited to have influencer and activist Danny Adams joining us as our guest co-host. Hey, girl.
Hey.
We've got a jam-packed show lined up for you, from folks planning to flee the country now that Trump is president-elect, to Sky Jackson's surprising life update and pregnancy. And later in Girlfriend's Guide, we're diving into love languages. Do you know yours? Do you know yours? Do you know yours?
I know mine.
All right, honey. Well, stay tuned. You are now watching POV. Baby, I know you are all tired, but I am tired. Are you tired of the political chaos and ready to escape Donald Trump's term? A U.S. cruise company called Villa V Residencies is now offering a 4-year skip-forward world cruise, visiting 140 countries for just $50K per year. That's somebody's salary. This way, you can be out of the country while Trump is president. It's the ultimate chance to leave the U.S. behind and enjoy life at sea with all the comforts of home, sailing through Trump's entire term in style. So, ladies, would you hop on board?
No.
No?
No.
There is not a chance. One thing that I feel like people forget, as enticing as this may sound, if there is anything for you to experience or inherit, there's no escape.
Yeah.
Right. Like, if something is for you, that's it. So if there is a particular person or any of us that have to deal with the wrath of Trump and whatever God may need to do through that, it is what it is, baby. Where you going? And where you going to live after you spend $200,000 to spend 4 years away from
don't
Trump?
come back seasick and broke.
Look, because that $50K just sound like a ticket.
Yeah.
Right.
But if you want to go, go. I mean, if you got the coin, I just don't want to be on the boat with people I don't know for 4 years.
You know what that sound like? That sound like them people that went down there in that submarine.
You know what?
That's exactly what that
know
sounds
what?
like.
No, that sound like them people. I don't know if you guys remember, a couple years ago, they had like this whole campaign on like the news and TV and stuff. And I got to find out what it is. I feel like they don't try to erase it from my memory. That's why we can't find it no more. But they were saying that they're building a spaceship. Like, I don't know if NASA built it or whatever it is. Yeah, and they were giving people a one-way ticket to sign up and go up there. And they said that
Baby, I ain't going.
Domino's was going to be the main, maybe not the pizza per se, but the brand Domino's was going to be, you know, the main source up there. And they said about 25,000 people applied to go. And it was years ago they were supposed to be gone now, so they probably
That
up
don't
there.
sound like no
Where
black
are they
people going.
I don't think any of
to
us
space.
would be up
They
there.
going to
Black
space.
folk go.
To live in space?
To live in space.
No, thanks.
No.
Well, when it comes to this cruise line, I am not a fan of it. First of all, I'm just too scary to be on water for that long, right? Not enough drummer.
We don't know what's in the
We don't know
sea.
what's happening. And then for 4 years, like, those are like, that's hurricanes that's still coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, what are we doing with that?
We don't know what's in that water.
We don't.
We know what's in that water.
No,
we saw
we
it
don't.
on Black Panther, girl.
Not
the
Black
blue
Panther.
people.
Blue people. I can't. So
And
look,
the cruise food don't be that good for 4 years.
you know,
I am done. It's giving jail on board for 4 years.
But they said they would give you some alcohol beverages with your meal, so you can't just have it like an
So they're going to
unlimited
be
package.
drunk
They're
on
gonna
board.
be drunk.
That sounds like
You may
drama
find
every
love
day
at
for
sea.
4 years.
No.
You may find love at sea.
No, ma'am.
No, that's not a thing.
I'll be sick of them people.
I want to know how many people have signed up for this so far.
Do they have Wi-Fi?
My God.
No, we know they have
Wi-Fi packages. Listen, so look at what America has come to. Some people would rather leave the country rather than deal with Donald Trump as president of the United States, right? So if y'all are telling me if you did have the coin, you would not.
It ain't about
I'm
not
not
having
spending
You don't have
money.
to be on there
Right.
for 4 years straight. You can do a 1 year. You can do 2
No.
years.
You know what I could do with 50K?
What you can do, friend?
Instead of going on a cruise,
What you can do, friend?
I could set my life how I want it.
Set it up,
Exactly.
friend.
With 50K,
Now, if they going to Jamaica, I might go.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
It don't cost $50K to go to Jamaica, baby.
You can't be picky.
No.
Okay, so Danny, tell me this. What's your take on influencers getting involved in politics and making like a public stance after the election?
I mean, I think everybody should get involved in the election. I think it was super cool that influencers got involved. I'm a little bit worried because I feel like people are resting the wins and the labor on influencers. I'm like, no.
We go to school for this.
Yeah,
This ain't my job.
yeah, we just entertainers. You
Yeah,
know what I
right.
mean? At the end of the day.
Okay, good. What y'all think?
I think, like, we just said, most of us people are not qualified, for what they're resting on us, what they're, they letting us decide for them. But at the same time, I feel like it is important to speak up for what you believe in.
I agree.
But the hard part about, being vocal with social media now, when you say something as a regular person, sometimes we're just figuring it out. You may feel a way today and tomorrow you get new information and now you have that epiphany moment, but they're holding you to what you said yesterday.
Right.
So baby, don't let me decide who you're going to vote on. Take it up with the Lord.
You know what? Junie, what you think?
No, not Junie. I don't want to be responsible. I don't want the responsibility of other people's feelings. I don't want that.
Well, I think as an influencer, it's a dichotomy, right? You already have your own platform where you're promoting whether your lifestyle or your brand or whatever.
Your content. Yeah.
Right? And so when it comes to politics, it's kind of like y'all can take what I'm saying, but also at the end of the day, don't take me for what I'm saying.
Right,
like I'm
right.
just
Do your
sharing
research.
just do your own
Yes.
research.
Yes.
All right, cool.
Yeah, because cancel culture is real.
It is.
Yeah.
So speaking of cancel culture, if you don't know who Sky Jackson is, your kids probably do. She's best known for her role on Disney Channel's Jessie. Now at 22 years old, Sky just made headlines, y'all, with a big announcement. Baby girl is pregnant. Ooh. But there's already drama, okay? The father of her unborn child was arrested this week for violating parole.
Lord.
He even tried to flee, but was quickly caught and taken into custody. And it doesn't stop there, y'all. Earlier this year, there's more. Sky herself was arrested for domestic violence.
No.
This is crazy. Sky has been known to be such an innocent and adorable childhood star that we have now grown to love. But somehow, baby girl done got herself caught up in all this drama. I am still trying to process the fact that she's pregnant. I thought she was 12.
I mean, she ain't 12. She grown. She grown.
Hold on.
my God.
We not just gonna skip over the domestic violence
Yes.
and she got arrested.
Yes,
We
she
can't
did.
just skip over that.
She did.
Because was it with her man?
It was.
It was with her man, but I think what happened was they were at an amusement park or something,
Yep.
and maybe she kind of shoved him.
Yes.
They said she pushed him twice or something.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was because of someone else or if he wanted her to go for DV.
So- right.
But yeah, but it seemed kind of innocent. And if we, think about all the times that we've seen her walking and strolling with him, she looks like she's in distress.
Yeah.
She need to leave that little hood rat alone, baby,
Oh
and
my
just go
God.
back to
It's hard
Disney.
being a child star. Like, I've been entertaining since I was 2 years old. If you haven't gotten people to invest in you and you haven't gotten some guidance, you kind of end up in this situation.
So you think she
Dang.
lost her way because of lack of guidance?
Yeah. I mean, could it be? It
I
could
don't
be.
just think it is about the child star aspect per se. I feel like a lot of kids that grow up privileged, I don't know what it is, why they have this desire to be able to identify with the hood.
Like T.I.'s son.
Exactly.
Yeah, with the teeth.
Said the what we said earlier.
You know what?
It's crazy.
So let's talk about this. Like, if you're with your significant other or your partner and they turn out to have this negative impact on you, like, do you stay or do you push through? Do you be like what Ja Rule said, he want to down a chick? Like,
You
do
know,
you stay?
sometimes you be feeling like you could help people.
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes you be feeling like I could help you. Like I could help you be better. And then, no.
No, you don't stay.
And now I'm not staying. I have stayed before though.
Right.
I have
We
stayed
done
before.
grew up.
What?
Yeah, we
It
don't
takes
grow.
a fool to learn that. Don't love
Okay.
Well,
nobody.
come on, let's raise
Okay.
we'll toast to that. Toast
Okay.
to that, all right?
Okay. Listen, no.
No,
I'm
but-
not staying no more.
Yeah, and
no.
for Sky, she definitely needs to get out of there because when she announced her pregnancy, or recently, I think it was in an interview, she had said that she's so, excited about, welcoming motherhood and with doing new acting, programs, concepts, gives, whatever. But the thing is, when I read that, it gave that like she's grasping to kind of get back out there, and with all of these negative connotations on her name now because of her relationship, baby, you need to leave him alone if you're still trying to be an actress.
Well, now that there's a baby involved, I hope they all get well and mature because there's a child involved.
For sure.
For sure, man. Well, why do you think so many childhood stars end up going downhill? Let's talk about like Orlando Brown and all the stories that Nickelodeon childhood stars like came out of. Like, do y'all remember watching Nickelodeon and like wanting to be just like them? I remember I wanted to be on Gullah Gullah Island.
Oh, I love her.
Little Binya Pollywog, you know what I'm saying? But I'm grateful that, you know, that opportunity didn't really present itself, right? Because I don't know what side of Nickelodeon I would have ended up on.
Right.
Girl.
Right? Isn't that scary?
Yeah, real scary,
Do y'all believe some of the stories that Orlando Brown usually comes up with?
Oh, yes.
I wholeheartedly believe everything Orlando says. I don't think that he's crazy. I don't think he's in that case. I think that he is in his right mind. I think he was on drugs at one point.
No, for sure.
I think
the
he was,
teeth tell us that.
Yeah, I think he was definitely on drugs at some point in his career, and maybe still, you know. But I do think that majority of the stories that he tells,
Yeah. And he's probably on drugs as a coping mechanism
yes,
for the
I
trauma.
think so.
Yeah, exactly.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
I don't
Danny,
watch them.
You don't watch him? He too much for your friend.
I don't be with all of that.
Well, you mentioned that you started your acting or like your career with, you know, all the things in media at a very young age. Like, how did you seem to be all right. You don't seem to be strung out on drugs.
Listen, let me say, my parents was real big on you gonna be a good person, you're gonna do community service.
You is kind.
You is smart. You is important. I was gonna be involved in the arts and modeling and dancing and stepping. I had to really have some substance. So it's different.
So you had structure.
I had a lot of structure and a lot of whoopings. Yep.
A lot of whoopings.
That's right.
Whoopings ain't never hurt nobody. Only a little bit, you know, just temporarily, but it keep you in line. Well, listen, we have to take a quick commercial break, but stay tuned for Girlfriend's Guide in Mind, Body, and Soul coming up right after this. So stay tuned. Well, welcome back, Sugar. It's time for Girlfriend's Guide, where we're diving into the 5 love languages, how each of us express and receive love, whether it's words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, acts of service, or receiving gifts. Everyone has a unique way of feeling loved. Earlier today, we all took the love language test to see where we stand. So let's dive in. I'll go first. I am all of them. It just depends on the person, right?
I agree.
You know, and it depends on the day. It depends on the mood. I may want a little quality time. I may want a little quiet time. I may want your money. I may want your words of affirmation. It just depends on the day.
What is your sign?
I'm a
Shakira?
Sagittarius.
Oh yeah, your birthday is coming up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sad season is on the
I
way.
thought we was a little bit more similar. Never mind.
Oh, sorry, friend. Sorry, friend.
It's
So
okay.
what y'all think? So what's your love language? What's your top 2?
My love language is words of affirmation and quality time. Yeah, but it's words of affirmation, like for sure, no matter what. Like I need to be affirmed, and I feel like maybe because I'm constantly affirming others, I want that back. But people tend to think that I am gifts. What is it?
Acts of service?
No, what is it? The one
Oh,
with
gifts. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not my thing.
That's not your thing.
No.
Yeah.
You welcome it though.
Yeah, but that to me it doesn't represent love.
Got you.
That's not. But yeah,
Got you.
Mine is quality time and acts of service.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want you to rub my back.
Rub
I want you
me.
to rub my feet.
Rub my feet.
I want you to talk to me nice.
I'm done. I'm done.
Yes, friend.
I'm done.
I love it. Okay, what about you, Junie?
Mine is quality time and physical touch. Definitely physical touch.
Yeah? Now, do y'all think that each of us, we share similarities in some of our qualities, right? Do you think some of that stemmed from our childhood and how we were brought up?
Wow.
No, not for me.
No?
Not for me, no.
Okay.
I ain't get a lot of, I guess, hugs and kisses from my mom.
So that's what it could be though.
Oh,
Because
that
you
I
didn't
want
get
that
it.
now.
Right.
Yeah, because
Oh.
when you think about it like that, I didn't get a lot of words of affirmation as a child, and that's all I want.
Same. I didn't get words. I'm also all of
All the things.
All of them. It also depends on the person
Yeah.
and the setting and how I'm feeling in that moment. So I feel like maybe.
I love you,
I
Mama,
think
but
I have the acts of service because my parents were really involved in like, what do you want to do? What's going on? So I really love that.
yeah.
I can dig it. So hypothetically speaking, right? What if you were just getting into a relationship? Would you tell your partner your love language, or would you rather for them to learn it along the way?
Learn.
Learn? But friend, what if they physically, they're everything that you want and they're trying to love you the best way that they know how, but they're missing the mark?
I don't like telling a man what I'm into because I want
that's
him
right.
to try and put in
Foolishness.
some effort.
That's foolishness.
I know that's right. I don't want to tell you
He
either.
starts doing it. I'm not
I believe that
Exactly
at
that.
the dating point, when you're dating, yes, you don't want them because at that point they can pretend. But in a relationship, you're gonna have so many just unbearable years trying to just let them think
I
they
agree
ain't
with
gonna
that.
figure it out.
Yes.
But that's when you already in the relationship though, in the dating phase. I don't want to have to tell you. I want to see who you are.
Yeah.
Show me who you are.
Yeah.
And then if we make it to the relationship, then I can teach you. I can
Yeah.
teach you things that you maybe didn't learn in the dating process.
Yeah.
But while we're dating, I don't want to tell nobody how to be with me. Be you. So
Be
I can
you.
see who you are and I can decide whether or not that's what I want.
And I also could give you feedback and say, actually, I didn't like that experience. I did like this. This
Yeah.
makes me feel special. But also, I want him to pay attention. Like, look how I'm responding when you do a few
Right.
things. When you bring some flowers.
Right.
When you show up to my community events.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right.
No,
Friend, is you
that's
put
right.
it out there? You want him to show up?
Yes,
Y'all better
if
show
you
up for
want
my
me,
friend,
you got
please.
to show up.
Come on, okay.
Y'all better show up for my friend with flowers and tell me what she like.
Okay.
I love it. Well, some people can fake love language and, get what they want, like gifts or
That's their
physical
representative.
intimacy,
We talked about that. That's their
their
representative.
representative. Yeah.
That is the representative. You always meet a person representative before you meet the real them.
Well, how long is that time period then? Like, how long does the representative
Steve
usually
Harvey
stay?
said 90 days.
No, but you know what
That
I
what he
think?
said?
Representative don't ever leave.
Ooh.
And some
scary.
people, representative doesn't ever show up.
Yeah.
And that can also be by choice because
Yeah.
at the same time, I remember like in the relationship that I'm in now, when I first got into this relationship, I told my cousin, like, okay, I know that this was going to be long term because I did not bring my representative. Like, I came in, I bared it all, I wasn't faking, so, and luckily, he wasn't faking either, so, we just are who we are, and that's it. And sometimes even who we are is a little bit unbearable, but at least baby, I'm gonna fart, I'm gonna sneeze, I'm gonna laugh. Literally.
But I think, too, like, a lot of people, well, I should say, I know certain couples who were once married before, they married someone and they were completely naked, vulnerable, transparent, and their partner didn't reciprocate that. So to your point of saying that their representatives remained, that real person never showed up, like that can be detrimental to a relationship.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Woo, my God, today. Well, can a love language be used as a weapon?
Absolutely. You tell somebody that, just like Tally said, if you tell somebody that your love language, your top love language is words of affirmation, and you just met them and they just pour that onto you, they could easily love bomb you by saying everything that you ever wanted to hear. Like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. I love you so much. Please be with me. Da, 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 da. And you feel like that's real.
Yeah.
But really, it's not, because that's not who they really are.
Right.
Yeah, now you in this situationship.
Situationships. Gee, that's a whole nother segment by itself. My God. Well, all right. It's time for our next segment, which is Mind, Body, and Soul. Come on, a little shoulder shrug. We all know beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and it comes in many shapes and sizes, honey. Well, today, we're lucky to have our co-host, Danny, with us, who's not only an influencer, but also a passionate body positivity activist, okay? Danny, tell us about your journey. What inspired you to start this movement?
It's real interesting. Like, the movement already existed, but I entered into this space since I was a little girl. I used to admire Monique, and she would be talking about weight stigma and how people treat you, and I was experiencing it, but I wanted to add some other things in there, how do we change laws that impact people who are higher weight? So you see New York now has a weight discrimination law for employment. I wanted to see things socially where people started treating people differently, economically, all those things. So I wanted to talk about it more, just keep up the work that people have done long before I got here.
So a question for you. We grow up hearing that the word fat, and when you hear the word fat, it's kind of it's a negative connotation, right? But in conversation with you, you're like, I embrace the word fat.
Yeah, it's a description. It's like saying, oh my gosh, Shakia, your hair is long. What's, or or that we're all, or that we're brown people. I don't see any difference in saying fat. It's not negative to me. I think when people try to tiptoe big bone or you're plus size, that's a size clothing. It's not an actual descriptor for a group of people.
That's crazy. So earlier, y'all, we were talking about Lizzo earlier this week.
Yeah.
How do you feel like she's handling the stigma about her weight? Why do you think that's always a topic?
How do I think she's handling her Ozempic?
Okay.
She is not on Ozempic. Y'all not gonna talk about my girl.
Girl, I don't know. Did you see her?
I mean, she's been on her weight loss journey for well over a year. I think the thing with Lizzo is whether she talks about her weight or doesn't, is gonna be a conversation. She literally could have came in and not said nothing. They talk about lotto weight, you know what I mean? They've talked about Glorilla body. They've talked about Megan Thee Stallion body. I think in Lizzo's case, we are used to talking about fat people.
Well, Meg did get lipo. I just want to throw that out there.
I didn't say it.
You know what?
She did.
So why do you think we're so fixated on celebrities' bodies and their
because
shapes
they're in the
and
limelight, they're supposed to be the idols, the people that people look up to in entertainment. So people aspire. Yeah, unfortunately, people aspire to be just like the people that they see on TV. So that's why when you see somebody go from Meg was a little bit more fuller to now she probably a little bit bigger than me. Now it's just okay, girl, what happened? You okay?
Yeah. What you think, girl?
I agree with Keke Palmer. I was watching an interview that she had. I don't know when she did it, but she was talking about how, people should, first of all, we should have no idols before God, first of all.
Amen.
But after that, if you're going to look at someone that you admire or you want to, aspire to be like, even, as far as body image is concerned, let it be realistic for one. And it's easier to, for it to be someone that or see in your real everyday life, because we don't know what these people on Instagram and TV look alike.
In real life.
In real life. I'm telling you, they done took the whole stomach out with the act and everything else.
Yeah. That's true. Well, self-love and loving the body that you're in is extremely important, right? And so I think in the Black community, to your point, being fat is looked down upon. There are certain families that restrict how much candy, the child can eat or, participate in. And so I know how that feels. And so I am now comfortable in this mom bod, you know what I'm saying? You got to be a MILF sometimes. After you have kids, you got to redefine yourself. So I get it, right? So what advice do you have for a young lady out there who may be struggling with herself?
I would just say, that is a part of life. It is a journey. I think we try to give people, it's okay, feel strong. But a part of life is also getting teased, questioning yourself, figuring out, who you are.
Yeah.
And as I'm in my auntie age, right? I'm 31. I feel like that's something we should tell younger girls, that it's okay. You'll get over it. And then the more you, experience life, the more you'll feel confident in yourself. It's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah, I agree. I also feel like, that when we think about, body positivity, it's not my area, because I'm working on even having body positivity towards myself. But when we think about it, it's important to let people know that it's not about a particular size. It's also about knowing what is a healthy weight limit for your body. What can your body handle? Because that's why even weight looks so different on different sizes.
That's true. Well, a part of this, y'all know we like to end things with a daily affirmation. Yesterday was don't stop, get it, get it. And that's a wrap for today's show. And y'all know we like to leave you with a little something. So today, I am complete as I am. Others support me. I am complete as I am. Others simply support me. Y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight to Point of View. We'll see y'all on Monday at 7:30. See y'all later. Have a great weekend.